Every man's dream shed contains a 70 Series LandCruiser, but is it really the ultimate four-wheel drive for real-world use?
So we both own 79s, we've built hundreds, and then we both sold ours.
It's iconic, but is it actually practical? So why does everybody want a 70 Series? They're the dream car though, aren't they? Like, you save up for it, you put them on your wall, they're in magazines like this. Pretty good looking car if you ask me. It's the status of the vehicle. It's the community though. People notice you in a 70 Series. There's just something about them. The heritage of these things though, they've been around forever, guys. You know how it is. Back to like the 80s, even before. They've got history all the way back to then. So that's just another thing that really stands out for the 70 Series platform. And because they have been around for such a long time, these things are holding their value. The resale on these is quite good compared to something like a fully XR6 Falcon or something like that, which are a dime a dozen. Yes, these have been around for a long time. They seem to be everywhere, but resale on them, mate, can't beat it. What's so good about the 70 Series anyway?
Well, first of all, they got that deadly V8 in them, which everyone loves. They have been proven to be very, very reliable. And look, who doesn't love the sound of one of these thongs slapping down the street? Another thing that makes these brilliant is the simplicity of them. So I'm going to say you can pretty much bush mechanic fix nearly about everything on one of these cars with very little stuff in the middle of nowhere if you ever get stuck. And another awesome thing is you can basically get parts for these anywhere around Australia. It doesn't matter where you go, there's going to be a Toyota or there's going to be an old junkyard that's got some spare parts that'll be able to help you to fix one of these and get you back on the tracks. The 70 Series are pretty much Lego for grown-ups. With the amount of aftermarket products and parts and support that they have, they pretty much trump every other vehicle on the market with all the products you can get to deck them out and have a cool 70. Now let's tell you what 70 Series are really like.
They're really slow. So the V8 from factory, the numbers aren't fantastic. At just over 150 kilowatts of power and 430 odd Newton meters of torque, you would have thought a V8 engine was getting higher figures than that. However,
the little D-Max, 4 cylinders less, it's 140 kilowatts of power and it's 450 Newton meters of torque. So I don't know about you, but for 4 cylinders less and probably a nicer car to drive on the road, these aren't stacking up to what everyone thinks they are. So if you've come from a IFS car, you would know that live axle, front end live axle cars are not that great to drive on roads. They tend to wander, you get loose steering, and look, shoot me in the comments, but you do get much more fatigue driving one of these things over long distances down some gnarly tracks and corrugated roads and shitty bitumen highways. But yeah, I'd much rather stick to a IFS vehicle and have some actual comfort while I'm cruising down the highway.
so interior wise, in the back seat of a dual cab, as you can see, it's just not fantastic, especially if you've got a tall person who is the driver. Yeah, good luck even having your legs like how I have them right now. Far out, I remember this now. Just looking at my car in this magazine and reminiscing about it, why did you actually buy your cruiser?
To be totally honest, I bought it because I really liked that shape. I loved the FTEs and I did need a better work car because I had an SS Commodore Ute at the time and couldn't really carry too many tools, so I bought that. So what actually made you buy the 70?
I think it was kind of like natural progression for us, because being in the driveway when we were obviously working on them to start with. I had the Colorado back then, and it just seemed like the natural progression into the next full drive, because I had a Triton before that.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it was the logical choice because of how many 70s I'd started working on, even doing your car.
Yeah,
like it
early
just
days.
made sense to move into that space for us, and obviously the dual cab was the pick because of the kids. So
3 car seats in the back, how
yeah,
good.
it was definitely a fun time. So what actually made you sell the FTE then?
Well, to be honest, I could not insure it for what it was actually worth. So it was a smart decision. Instead of having an accident, I know it's not always my fault, it could have been someone else's fault, I decided to sell it. And the market at the time when I sold it was really, really good. I got
It was great.
stupid money for that car.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just the right thing to do. Yeah, a little bit sad I sold it. I do wish I still had it some days, and in a perfect world, I wish I kept that and had the D-Max that I have now.
We decided that we wanted to buy a stupidly massive caravan, and basically the 70 could tow it, but legally it can't. So I did move it around a fair bit with the 70 in the early days. I could tow it legally, just no water, hardly any gear in it. So I could do it, but you know, to obviously have it in the point that we've got it now, the van that is, done battery upgrades, solar upgrades, everything adds weight.
Yeah.
That is what pushed us out of the 70 space into what we're into now. Sorry, 70 series.
Who's actually the perfect customer for the 70 series?
Mining, the UN,
UN.
but people like ourselves, mate, enthusiasts, people that want to travel this great Australian country of ours, as everyone would say.
Loving modding cars, I guess. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can
that's
do so
definitely
much
a big
with them,
one.
So.
But if we could have kept our own cars and we probably had all the money in the world and it was raining from the ceiling, like
Definitely have a big shed with my old Cruiser sitting in it.
I
reckon
totally
so.
agree. I definitely would have kept mine.
Sitting pretty, but it's not a perfect world. Is that Brent from BAW Automotive? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys.
Well, let's be serious. The 70 series is still a massively popular platform that, as you can see behind me, a lot of our customers love to modify and love to bring to us to get modified. So if you are thinking of building a 70, or you have a 70 and you are wanting to do something to it, make sure you get in contact with the team, because we can help you out. We've been doing this for over 7 years now, and 70 series is definitely something that we still love and get to do every day of the week.